Telesin have now updated their extended selfie stick, which give us more length options and make it less bendy. So let's get straight to it and take a look. The new selfie stick is 43 centimeters long when closed compared to version 1, which is 55 centimeters. Of course, this is an extended selfie stick, so we know it's not going to be pocket friendly, but it will fit more comfortably in a lot more bags than the original. The widest width of the stick is 27mm compared to version 1, which is 21mm. It weighs 251 grams compared to the 193 grams of version 1. You've got the same 1/4 inch thread for attaching your camera, and it comes with an offset GoPro finger mount. But because it's offset, it's no good for 360 use, but it is good for putting on a standard GoPro or using the 4K mod, the 1-inch mod, or single lens mode on the 1X2 or the Max. One nice touch with the 1/4 inch thread is that there's a thin rubber washer at the end, so the camera is less likely to come loose when it's attached. The first section of the pole is smooth, hard plastic, so a little less grippy than the textured carbon fibre of version 1, and then the rest is carbon fibre. There's a hand loop as well, which makes you feel a bit more confident if you're hanging over the side of a bridge or something like that. The new stick has no bung, which is great, and each section pulls out and extends like the previous model. The main difference here is in the design, in the fact that there are more sections, so there are 9 sections compared to the 7 in version 1. Also, there are 3 integrated rubber washer rings that lock the stick into place at a number of different lengths. Because these are in place, it's a little harder to extend the stick from fully closed if you have nothing to hold on to, so I would use the included adapter to help extend it. The sections in between without the rubber rings are held in place with the friction of one piece inside another. The lengths it can be set to are fully closed, which is 43 centimeters, 110 centimeters, 136 centimeters, 204 centimeters, 232 centimeters and 3 meters. So a lot more options compared to version 1, and overall 30 centimeters longer. To change it to these various lengths, it's not as simple as just opening it and then stopping it at the desired length. There are lots of different configurations that you have to get your head around. It is simple, but you just have to open or close certain sections. So for 110, for example, you open the smallest sections at the top. But for 136 you close the top sections and you open up the bottom sections instead. To close the selfie stick, it's recommended that you don't force it closed by banging the sections together, but instead twist each section. Most sections are thicker in diameter compared to version 1, going from the thickest section after the handle at 24mm to the thinnest section at 12mm. This is compared to version 1 with the thickest section after the handle at 19mm and the thinnest section at 9mm. At 136 centimeters, it's actually quite a good contender for use as a monopod if you use it in conjunction with a wide tripod and a counterweight. So here I'm using the Bushman version 2 tripod and the Bushman version 2 counterweight. With the additional sections and the increase of the overall thickness of the stick, this should make it less bendy, but how much difference does it really make? I've tested it with the 1X, the 1X2, the 1R, the 1R with boosted battery cage, and the Max with the cage as well. So these cameras range from the lightest at 114 grams, which is the 1X, to the heaviest, which is 273 grams, which is the 1R with boosted battery and cage. When you use any camera with version 1 of the Telesin Extended Selfie Stick, it does feel like a flimsy fishing rod, and I've never had any problems with it and it hasn't snapped, but it does feel very vulnerable. With the heaviest camera, it feels like you're committing camera suicide. It bends so much, and more importantly, there's a massive spring and bounce as you move it, and it doesn't feel safe. The new Telesin selfie stick feels completely different. It still bends, but not as much, and the biggest difference is that it's not as springy, so it doesn't feel like it's going to snap. With regards to the stick being invisible in your shot, with version 1, with some cameras you had to rotate the stick so you'd hide the bend of the stick in the stitch line of the camera. With version 2, even with the heaviest camera attached, creating the maximum bend, the camera didn't appear in any of my shots. The updates we've seen with this selfie stick are exactly what we needed, and it's a massive upgrade from version 1. If you already have version 1, then it just depends how much you use it as to whether you can justify the upgrade. But if you don't have an extended selfie stick at all, it is worth spending the extra money on version 2 compared to version 1. The convenience of the extra lengths that you can set it to and the reduced bend is worth every penny. Let me know in the comments if this is on your wish list, and for more accessory ideas you can watch these two videos next. My name's Rich, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.